encounter in the European Pro tournament against Stephen Cambell, who himself has had a couple of great results this morning. He's knocked out Jack Whelan and he's knocked out Jordan Shepherd. So, joined in the commentary box by none other than the famous voice on the IPA, Simon Webb.
Yeah, I'm thrilled. I'm more known for my commentating than I am for my playing. I'm over the moon with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this should be an interesting match.
Yeah.
Really is. I haven't watched that much of Stephen. It's just for whatever reason I've not played against him. He hasn't played on the stream that much. And when I'm running around at the events and not playing or commentating, it's sort of you focus on the matches on the stream. So I've seen bits and pieces, but not a huge amount.
Well, you tipped Greg to get to the final.
Yeah, I just I spoke to Greg after the last event, and he was disappointed with another quarterfinal. You know, if a new pro and a player that's tracking, you know, is going well, is disappointed with the quarterfinal, that's good signs to me. That means he's here to win the event, not, you know, there are players that, you know, if I made a quarterfinal this weekend, yeah, I'll be disappointed to lose, but I'm actually really happy to make a quarterfinal. Whereas, you know, he was disappointed, and I think that was a really good sign that I think there's big things for Greg.
Yeah, he's here to win.
I actually like watching him play. I think he's got a really nice style and manner around the table. Yeah. I tell you what we need for these long commentary sessions is some lazy boys. I'd like to be lounging back a bit more.
Yeah, be nice. Don't think Kev can afford them, can
Yeah, we need to, yeah.
Might get some. He might be able to stretch some bean bags.
Yeah, that would do the job.
So, Greg potted one off the break. He's got that. He can play that one on the rail up to the. Plant it onto the other one. He's just pointing at that now. So
yeah, he wants it to play off the red before the yellow. He doesn't want to play yellow onto yellow because the yellow will stay tied up. He really wants to flick the red before it hits the yellow.
Yeah. He has
just like that.
Oh, he's unlucky.
He wanted that just a fraction thicker. Just a fraction
thicker. Just a fraction, yeah.
It was so close.
He could develop it again here with his shot if he chooses to. He can play the one into the left middle and try and flick that red out. It looks like he's choosing that option.
Oh, he's went into it too much this time.
Yeah. Probably because we'll put that as an enforced error, but
yeah, I mean it probably was. We're being harsh, but he had to develop that. But he missed what he was trying by a little bit. So
yeah. And I think also he's literally just come off a different table against his match with Jason Remington, and just this cloth does react just that slightly different to the others. It's got a different pace to the table. Yeah,
it shouldn't do, but everyone says it does.
Yeah.
There is no reason for it, but everyone does say it does.
I think it's just the lights more than anything. It probably creates a little warmth in there, and we know, you know, when the cloths and the balls are warmed up, they do travel nicely across the tables. So Stephen's just.
Did you think the fact that Stephen's had quite a nice break, probably gone and got some food and chilled out, and Greg's just straight off a match into this match? Do you think that's going to have an effect? Either way, I mean, could it be an advantage for Greg or a disadvantage?
They both look relatively fit players in respect. You know, they should be mentally aware, I think. And I'm not saying that big people aren't, but I'm just saying.
I think there's something in that. To be honest, I think it's harder. It would be harder for if you're fitter. You should be able to stay sharper throughout a tournament. It is a long day, mentally anyway.
So Stephen looking to cash in on Greg's mistake here.
Yeah, not the best angle on this board, but he's got plenty of margin of error.
That's a good shot.
Yeah, controlled that really nicely.
Yeah, lovely shot. He can just drift down onto the bottom rail now and take the one to the right corner and come back out for the one to the opposite corner, and then that should give him good position on the black. So I expect him to get these now. Yeah,
I think you're right. I think that's the way you want to play onto the black off the one on the left corner, not the right corner, because it gives better position. So you could go either way, but I think the way you saw it was the way I saw it as well. So. And more importantly, the way that Stephen saw it.
Yeah. Oh, that's a strange shot. It must have had more of an angle. Than
much more angle than we thought he had. Yeah.
He can still drift up in between the two yellows that he's closest to here.
Yeah,
he's got a good angle to do that.
He's just had a look at the black into the top left, so come up through the gap of the two yellows, somewhere near the right middle pocket.
He's got that all wrong. So first early nerves in this match from both players.
Yeah, slightly nervy start with that visit, but I guess that's only natural. This is a big match for both players. Both players have played on the stream. I don't think the stream will have an effect, but sometimes it does. Players just know they're on a slightly bigger audience in the on the show table.
Yeah. Greg just sacrificing the position on the white, just making sure of that pot because it was tricky. White was on the rail. He's left himself a long pot. That's one I expect him to get.
Cued that in really nicely. He's a little short of pace again. He wanted to be another few inches down on the bottom one, I think.
Yeah.
A little bit betwixt and between, but I think he's got enough angle that he can just come on and off the cushion here. Yeah, he had plenty. Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, and it looks like he's gonna take full advantage of his second chance in this frame and take a 1-0 lead.
So while we've been away, we've put what matches have we had updated. I think Clint Jansen has beaten Gareth Hibbert. I know that's a scoreline that's happened since we've been...
Yeah, Clint's through to the semis.
He's through to the semis. I think that was an 8-4 victory for Clint. So continuing his good form, he started in Newcastle with another semi-final.
Yeah.
Semi-final yesterday.
Last time I looked, Ronan McCarthy was leading Liam Dunster 6 frames to 3. Now the fact that match is still going on, I'm presuming Liam's come back into the match and made it a bit closer, but as I can just about see, on the other end of the arena, Ronan's at the table at the moment, so I don't know whether he's putting the final touches on that match or he was leading. Big break there from Stephen. He's made a red. Probably like tricky, but you can see yellow into the right middle, so he's got a choice here. But I think that's his only shot really. No obvious red on offer.
Oh, clever shot.
Yeah, but in doing so, he's really left himself.
Yeah, I think he was obviously playing. Do you think he was just playing a safety? It's just actually a strange choice to make the ball was good.
Yeah.
But he's on nothing.
Yeah, his white was sort of played in a more safety.
Yeah, I wonder whether he's just playing a safety shot there. Just looking at it, where he's left the white. I think he must have played a safety.
It's tough to get it safe now.
So if he hadn't potted the red off the yellow, then it would have been a good shot.
Yeah. So give giving Greg a chance here now. The two balls that are together right next to the. He's just gonna stun one out and leave the white welded behind the other. So yeah. One cushion escape. Could go close. Oh no, it's gone. Don't know if he played that one, but
he hasn't left too much either. That's not a bad result for him.
Yeah, he's not giving away a foul, so
yeah,
it's the main thing.
There's a couple of options, but
I don't. Greg's just looking at that to see if he can squeeze that yellow inside the red. I don't think it goes, but
wonder if he could play it off the red in some way, quite thick off the red. That's a good first pot. That wasn't easy.
Yeah.
Now he's made that. If this yellow does go off the red or does go straight, then it will open up as a very good chance for him.
Yeah, might be a sort of like a jaw. You know, try and play it off the jaw first and clip off the red, and hopefully the yellow will fall in. I don't think it goes clean, or unless he's going to try and make a developing shot here. He's missed the red, but in doing so he can play the yellow off the red now, I think.
I'd want to play that quite firm, wouldn't he, to move the yellow?
Yeah.
Or play it delicately, because the yellow does go to the top right. So it depends how he sees it. Yeah, chose just to play on it. One good pot, and the frame will be at his mercy. Nicely played.
Yeah. Just the weight of the shot helped that ball in. And stunning behind these last two yellows. Just making sure he knows exactly where he wants his white. So on and off the cushion. And, these are quite tricky because he's got to play it and get the white out for a shot on the black. Yeah, it was alright. It's a good shot. So Greg running into a 2-0 advantage.
I can see out the corner of my eye that the Ronan McCarthy and Liam Dunster match has finished, but I couldn't tell who won. I didn't see who took the scorecard up to the top table, so we will in a few minutes be able to get the scores up on up and update you on that. But
yeah,
I believe the winner of this match plays whoever won that match. Is that correct?
I think Ronan was leading that match, so I'm presuming he has his 1-8-3.
Ronan 1-8-3, and Ronan will play the winner of this match.
Alright, so
another semi-final for Ronan. It's always there or thereabouts.
Then the other semi-final will be Clint Ianson versus the winner of Mark Farnsworth and Neil Raybone. So Ronan with arguably the easier side of the draw, but there's nothing easy in this game.
Yeah, and we're delighted to be joined by Kevin Batten again.
Yeah, he just keeps dropping in.
Just dipping in and out today, boys.
Anytime there's some heavy lifting to do, Kevin's in the commentary box. It is. So
he's a crowd.
It's only fair, Kev. You've got a big number birthday coming up shortly.
Yes, 25.
25 again, or twice.
The 25th anniversary of my 25th birthday.
So, did did Greg break in that frame?
This frame, yes.
He did.
And he must have potted.
He did, yes. Have we got the right man on the stats?
I'm not so certain.
Well,
I
we were rudely interrupted, so...
Yeah, absolutely. It's Kevin's fault.
We need to ask David if there's a training course we can send you on. There is a training course.
What, a mouse course?
It's very expensive.
Yeah.
Very expensive course.
Well, talking of expense, Simon wants Lazy Boys.
I do. I want Lazy Boys. I want to be...
What's the recline? And
yeah.
I said he might get bean bags, but...
Yeah.
That was a good shot there from Greg, because he's developed his ball and he used the other ball to take his white to the top of the table, so it was a clever shot there from Greg.
We're very close to the table, aren't we? Today, this weekend, been very close to the action.
Mm.
Yeah, I haven't felt conscious of the players hearing me this weekend, and I do from time to time at different tournaments. So.
It affects certain players more than others, we've noticed, haven't we?
Yeah, there's one or two, yeah.
One or two who make a point of mentioning that they can hear you.
No, lost a little bit there.
I hope whoever's commentating when I'm on the stream can talk loudly enough. I could use the ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're worrying too much about that at the moment. So Greg Batten having a good run in the pro event. Good to see, and Stephen Cambell as well. So two sort of...
Greg's been knocking on the door with some steady quarterfinals this year. I was saying at the beginning of the match, I spoke to Greg after the last event, and he was disappointed with another quarterfinal. So he knows he's getting closer.
Whoa,
he's getting closer and closer.
That's gone.
One of the lights just... So Dan was taking it down. It just...
Yeah, so it's one of the reasons I've predicted Greg for a final today. I just think he's edging closer and closer to a trophy and a title.
And a great win for Ronan McCarthy as well. I mean, just beat Liam Dunster 8-3. I mean, tremendous performance.
Yeah, just keeps going, doesn't he? He's just amazing. Seems to be quarter-final, semi-final, quarter-final. He seems to be there or thereabouts. You would say he doesn't win enough. That's for someone that makes that many quarter-finals. I'm not criticising him for that. I'm just I'm sure he would be frustrated with that.
Yeah, I've nicknamed him the Silent Assassin. He's definitely he just goes about. He's very quiet and goes about his work, and he's just taking out opponents on his route. And you'd say the draw's opened up a bit for him now, because he plays the winner of this match.
He's been a great player for such a long period of time. I think that's just the most impressive things. You see players who will maybe have a good 3, 4, 5 year spell, but he's been doing it for, it seems like forever, to be honest.
And I bet you're one of the only people who saw his debut, didn't you?
Honestly speaking.
You got to be careful, your wages will get docked.
Wages? Oh, that's laughable. I asked him for a blackcurrant squash about 2 hours ago, and I had to go and get it myself.
Yeah, I got a bit sidetracked. Did you? Oh, you got one in the end.
Yeah, I got me on.
Yeah, I noticed.
Cheers,
yeah. Team player and all that. No eye in squash.
No eye in squash.
Or in blackcurrant, to be honest. So Stephen Cambell, first year professional, and had a really good season last year, and took up pro status. Probably not done too much damage this year in the pro ranks, but certainly good to see him going deep.
Yeah, I think he made an amateur final last year.
I played him last year. I was very impressed. He was really good.
He started this match in a little nervy in the first frame, and I think that makes this frame quite important, really. He had a very similar chance to this in the first frame and didn't take it out.
Yeah, he's got to get a frame on the board.
He needs to get this one, yeah. But two very, very impressive victories so far today over Jack Whelan and Jordan Shepherd.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's top draw.
That is top draw. I think he was a long way ahead of both of them, and they both came back at him. So he's held his nerve and finished them off. I think it was 8-7 against Jack and 8-6 against Jordan. I think he was 6-0 up against Jordan as well.
He's left this.
It's been asked the question, this pot. Needs to get this.
Just needs to concentrate on the pot. Doesn't have to put any side on the ball and just run it back up the table. Guaranteed to shot on the black.
Oh.
Played it.
Yeah, played it well.
Yeah.
It's a great. It wobbled. It just caught the near jaw, but went in and played that lovely.
And does he get a reverse dish for that?
No, because Greg missed a yellow.
Wasn't, yeah.
Missed that yellow there.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's so close, that one.
Yeah.
I certainly think, with this cloth, that the pockets play tighter.
There's times when I think they do, and there's times when I think they don't. Yeah, I think it probably depends what sort of mood you're in.
I'm in a good mood, so what?
If you're playing well and you're feeling good, they feel like buckets, and if you're not, they feel tight.
Yeah, I do think they are a touch tight, I must admit. We're only talking fractions, but I certainly think they do ask the question a little bit more. Which I think is a good thing, because I've seen some tables in the past, that balls go in that should just never ever go in.
Yeah.
So I think if it just makes the players have to improve their accuracy a little bit, I think that's all for the better.
And Stephen Dry there.
Yeah. If that red and yellow are a straight plant to the top right, then I think yellows are the way here.
And going back to your comment on the cloth, Kev, I think you can play balls down the rail with a lot of confidence, because 99% of the time it's not going to turn out, so that's one plus.
Only 99% of the time?
99.2.
Yeah, okay.
There's always something.
There's always a time when it might just hit a little bit of chalk or something like that, but generally they do run up the rails. Very true. Oh, and you've got a chance to level the match against Luke Sanchez in the first round, and it turns off.
Oh, you're not still happy on about that, are you? Oh,
Yes,
that's all I've heard.
Yeah. Took me hours to get to sleep on Friday night.
That's because you'd had too much caffeine.
Oh. So he's got the black to worry about here, and he's got yellow over the left-hand side. So.
Yeah, but as we know, they're not bothered about doubling these blacks in now. It's just part of a standard finish now, isn't it?
Yeah. I think if you finish just low on it, it's fairly controllable. It's really nice, actually.
Yeah.
When they're stuck to the rail like that, they are a little bit more difficult, I think.
I think the yellow to the bottom right is actually a little bit tight. I don't think he's got the full pocket on that, so he wants to be a little bit careful there.
So if any of our viewers out there could share our stream, it'd be much appreciated. Like and share and spread the news. So now he's coming to the business end of this finish.
Yeah, that yellow on the left-hand side on the screen, it does look, it's a fairly comfortable pop, but that's tricky, and you don't want to be playing that with much pace, and you want to be right behind it, which wouldn't give good position for the black. So, yeah, I'm not surprised he's going this way.
He's going to try and develop the other one, isn't he?
But if this is tight, this is tough.
Oh no,
he was okay.
Is Mr. Boyle still in the amateur?
No, he lost to Mark Fleming.
Really?
Is he? No. Go and ask him, Joe.
Do you want to get him in for an interview, Kev? I think he might be good friends with Stephen.
We'll see if we can get him, because I might need to go do some jobs.
So, we have pool royalty in the house.
Welcome, Mark.
Yeah, okay.
Good evening.
Yeah, just move a bit closer to the microphone so we can hear you.
That would help.
Yeah.
Good evening, guys.
How you doing, Mark?
Is it evening already? Oh dear.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Oh dear.
So, yeah, Greg, good finish there from Greg. That was off Stephen's break, so...
Yeah. I was just saying, you must be you're good friends with Stephen from the same part of the area, same part of Scotland, or?
Yeah, we play in the same club, Santa's place, Players in Falkirk. To be honest, I hardly see Stephen. He hardly practices, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's depressing.
Yeah, I think he's got a table in his house as well.
Yeah.
So he'll probably put a few hours in there, but you probably see him on a Tuesday night in the club playing the league pool.
Yeah.
But apart from that, you hardly see him, to be honest. But he's putting up a good show today.
He is, yeah. There's some great victories against Jack Whelan and Jordan Shepherd. I think he was a long way ahead, and they were coming back at him and held his nerve. So. Yeah,
against Jordan, I'm sure he was 6-0 up, and I think it went 6 each.
Wow.
But I started my game against Mark just when it went 6 each. I was actually more interested in Stephen's game. No. He done well. He won 8. Was it 8-6? I think
it was 8-6. Yeah. I think he won 8-7, 8-6.
Yeah, because Jordan looked like he had a bit between the teeth.
And the momentum would have been with him.
He was punching the table with adrenaline, So he was up for it.
Yeah, made of strong stuff. These Scotty boys, aren't they?
Yeah. You've got to be.
They don't give up easily, do they?
No. It's a long journey for nothing, eh?
That's right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, Stephen started this match slightly nervy in the first frame, but he's seems to have settled with that turf frame. Just unfortunate for him, he had his break dished in the last frame. So
yeah,
it's a good chance now.
It's a big frame. He's got to win this one.
Yeah,
I would say. Tricky balls are the two reds together. I think the top one of the two will go into the middle, the left middle.
Yeah.
So if you can get on that as quick as possible.
Do you think he was playing on it there?
Yeah, definitely. You want to get these the tricky balls away as soon as you can.
Yeah, make his work a bit easier. How do you think your weekend's gone, Mark?
It could have been better, but I'm surprised. I was playing well a couple of weeks ago, and then my work's been really busy the past couple of weeks, so I've not done as much practice as what I wanted, but I still came in with a bit of confidence. Well, I thought I did until I went down to play a few shots. But no, I take nothing away for the guys that beat me. They had to be. Oh, that's a bad miss. Take nothing away for the guys that beat us. They played well. You had Jack in the Open beat me 7-6. I was lucky to get to 6, to be fair. And then Mark Fleming beat me 7-6 again today. It was 6-3 down.
Yeah.
And I basically fought back to get to 6 each, and Mark's broken dish to decider. So no, I can't complain.
Yeah.
Do you think your reputation now is starting to take an effect? Players really want to play the best against you, and they do anyway. But
I think it's I know what you mean. It's a case it's a target on my back, and they can up their game.
Yeah.
But also, do you think the fact that it could be the other way around? Mark was 6-3 up on you. Do you think it's that winning frame becomes harder because it's against you as well?
I have noticed that. Yeah. But to be honest, I put more pressure on myself than what these guys do. So
we had somebody on the chat not long ago asking about your cash game with Mr. Farnsworth. Is that still in the offing, or?
Yeah, I'm sure it's plenty. It comes and goes.
Yeah.
It comes and goes.
Yeah.
But ideally, I'd love to play Mark.
Yeah.
But I think there's circumstances out with a pool just now for both of us how it's not happened.
Yeah.
Uh,
There's nothing better than coming from the horse's mouth, rather than people talking and
there's plenty of that.
making assumptions,
Hopefully, fingers crossed, it will happen. It's just getting everything in place for it to happen. Because at the end of the day, I play money matches. It's not about the money. It's about playing the best players out there.
Yeah.
So
The
you can
enjoyment
test
of it,
yourself.
yeah.
On a one-table environment,
But,
playing the longer races.
but obviously, you don't want to let your backers down, either.
No, of course. I want to win. That's it.
Every time,
Simple.
yeah.
That's why I put up to the money matches. You put the practice in.
That's
The tournaments take care of themselves. You can practice here and there, but the money matches, you get 2 or 3 weeks before it. You're practicing every day, every second day. You're putting a good few hours in because you don't want to let people down. Plus, most of all, you don't want to let yourself down.
Yeah. And I've noticed on your Facebook you've been posting about your junior club. Is that coming along well?
Yeah, that's coming on really well. So it has.
What's the name of it?
It's changed. It was basically the Players Academy, Junior Youth Academy, but now we're in line with SPA through Mick McGoldrick Junior Youth Academy.
Yeah.
Well, academies. There's a few of them in Scotland now, which I was over the moon to be named the ambassador for that the other week there. So a lot of hard work ahead, but the rewards are shown just now. At the last Scottish Youths tournament, there was over 44 names in that. Years ago, you'd be lucky to get 10, 12, so
that's fantastic.
and that's within a couple of years. So
they'll be filtering onto the IPA soon, won't they?
Yeah, that was my plan. That's our plan, I would say.
Yeah.
To generate more interest in the game at a younger age, and then hope they get the bug, and then go into bigger and better things. We'd like to. We'll get the kids that are hitting about 17, 18, and try and get them into the IPA.
Yeah.
Because it's once you get a taste of it, you want to keep coming back. It's a great finish.
It was a good finish from Greg there. Was that off?
It was, no, Stephen missed
missed the one into the middle. It was a tough shot. He was thinking about the white a bit more.
Yeah, he just finished short of pace.
Yeah, and the game's starting to get away from Stephen, so he's got to start getting his potting boots on.
Yeah, you know yourself. A wee dry break in the reverse dish, you're back in.
Yeah.
Back in.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, and the extra frame playing to 8 rather than 7, it just makes a little bit of a difference as well.
Yeah.
So with your own ambitions for the IPA tour, obviously you'll be mathematically guaranteed, I would have thought, to be offered professional status. Is that the goal? And would you be looking to take that up straight away?
Yeah, if I play next year, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yes, I always like testing myself. I seem to sometimes let matches get ahead of me before I get an interest. I always like to test myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. With some juicy matches for you next year if and when you turn pro.
No, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
The black went and he was looking. I've noticed.
Are you waiting on Stephen to head back home, or are you come down on your own? Or?
Stephen flew down, but I think he's missed his flight now. So,
so he's waiting on you, is he?
Well, I've got 3 in my car, so he can squeeze in.
Yeah. Stick him on the roof, right?
Yeah. Thanks for that.
I think we're back live on the main screen.
The 2 yellows together, there's a wee red there, so he's going to try and bring that out just now. Come off his side cushion and just give it a wee nudge, quarter ball, so the white's coming down the table off the red.
Yeah.
rather than getting stuck on it.
Yeah, because you can get stuck behind it. Yeah. There you go. Oh, we're a bit full.
I think
He might go through the gap.
Yeah, might be
Yeah.
lucky there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a camera 7 shows that it probably does slide through. It's tight.
Just, I think.
Bottom one's tight as well.
Yeah.
Oh, it flies in. He'll take that.
Yeah, that's fine.
We wanted to be down a wee bit so we could take the middle one there, but it should be okay.
I want to flip
There you
it.
go.
Yeah. That's a good shot.
You just take the black into top left, maybe.
Yeah. He's going to bring his.
Either of the top pockets. He could go back for either of the bottom pockets if he wanted to. But
Can he get into it enough to take it up the table? Yeah. And, take it to the opposite corner.
Good shot.
So, Greg's really piling on some pressure here, and Stephen's not done a great deal wrong. He's just his breaks. He's had a couple of dry breaks and then off there. So,
yeah, needs to get the momentum going fairly soon.
yeah.
Especially this standard, a couple of dry breaks, especially on and off as well. On and off, you can basically write the frame off, can't you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a half decent break, and then off you are toast really. The ability to open the balls up and with your free shot.
But Greg seemed to be playing with a wee bit of confidence now after the
Yeah.
last tournament down in Stoke. He got to the semis. He was unlucky not to get to the final.
He also he's been tracking with a few quarterfinals on the tour now. He's made quite a few, so he's edging closer and closer. That break looks familiar. Mark, I would have thought, does it?
It's nothing like mine. Mine's would be dry. It's amazing how one time like you can just hit the cut break and they just split like cherries and you feel like you're going to pot, and then other times you just the
amazing thing with your
just
cut
don't
break
go.
is, especially in Cardiff, I've never seen anyone hit the cut break so hard and keep the white on the table.
Yeah.
Every time you hit it, I was like, how's the white not jumped off? I mean,
I've actually done that, I think, two or three times this weekend.
Have you?
Bounced the white right off.
Yeah.
Do you put like a bit of check side on it or something?
No, plain ball. Because the minute you put side on the white when you break, it kills a lot of the pace out the cue ball, and then your cue ball will be flying. You know, like you're not proper connections. Just playing, just a wee bit below middle with the white ball.
Yeah.
It's like a dull stun, but it just creates an extra force that the balls just explode. You know.
Yeah. I've noticed Clint Hansen started using the same method, and it's working for him.
Yeah, it's all about keeping the cue flat. If the minute you dig into the white and bounce the white's off the table.
Yeah.
This one going to the middle.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to be a wee bit higher there.
Yeah, if it doesn't, he's got a problem. So.
Ideally, would have wanted to take the red that was to the right of the white just now.
Yeah. Do you think he was playing on that?
Yeah, I think he was.
It's just a delicate shot.
Yeah, because he didn't want to nudge the yellow over to the black. Coming off his side cushion, top cushion.
Yeah.
It's complete miscue.
Oh dear.
Right then, Stephen.
This could be the TP, the big turning point.
Yeah, if you're going to get into this match, this is the point to make it happen.
He's got to think about this yellow next to the black. That's the tricky ball.
That's how you go about your visits? You're first of all looking at what's my problem.
Yeah. Everything's a problem. You think you might want to get, just half ball in this yellow just next to the spot at the top on the bulk line, so you can stun down onto the yellow.
It's not you.
Yep. Whoa. It's okay. On these tables you can grip the white a bit better, even if he just stuns into the black.
So you think you use one cushion and into the yellow, and that black's, if you get into it just too much, isn't it? It's not the biggest target, isn't it? So
when Greg miscued, did the ball touch the cushion?
Yeah.
Oh right, so he didn't give a foul away. Because I just wondered why he hadn't got ball in hand there.
Because he'd be unlucky not to land on anything there. He's okay.
Yeah,
He doesn't like it though, but he's okay.
He doesn't like it. I think if he was 5-1 up, I think he'd be more than happy. It's just the mentality of you want it to be easier.
Play the one to middle and use the red as a stopper.
But the way that if it's going to hit that red, the white's going up towards the top corner a wee bit.
Yeah.
I'll probably end up in the side cushion here. To be fair, top right side cushion.
Oh, he's hit it full enough.
He
potted it thin.
Yeah, that was a good shot.
Yeah.
Managed to steal a wee bit of the bag there.
Yeah.
It's all about lying low on this.
If the yellow sort of in the middle of the three goes to the right middle, and I think it does. It does. Camera 5 shows that. Then this is quite nice because you can just stun it in.
He wants to land basically. Yes, just stun it dead. And he's perfect.
Okay.
It's just a wee bit lower because you don't want to land up high, so the white's coming down the table. It's okay. That's perfect.
Yeah.
He's absolutely dead straight on this, so you can just drop it in.
Just leave a little angle on these last yellow to come down the right hand side of the table for the black to the middle. So you can still screw across, can't you?
Yeah, it's just taking the natural angle up off the bottom cushion up towards the black. So he's got a bigger margin of error.
Yeah.
So, do you know who's left in the amateur? Who's your fancy to finish that one off?
He's put side on that. He's put side on that. I don't know why he done that. He could have played that plain ball. These are tricky wee shots. Blind pocket. It's just all about targeting, picking your spot in the black, and just going with it. It's more you're focusing on the ball rather than the pocket after you've picked your spot.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Oh, just fell in.
That was a good shot.
He's played that actually too well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying, Mark, who do you fancy to take out the amateur now? Simon Fitzsimmons, I think, still in it.
Simon, you've got obviously Mark who beat me. He played really well because I was 3-0 up. He gifted me the first 3 frames, to be honest. He would tell you that himself.
It makes it even more impressive to come back and
then he went 6-3 up, and then I managed to dig in to go 6 each. It was a good game. I enjoyed it, even though I got beat. Just good to take it to the side and make him sweat a wee bit. But no, he played well. He finished off. He'd done a good clearance in the decider to win it. But I think with Mark, Simon. Is Corey still in it? Yep.
No, Corey was
out.
You got Mark White playing Simon Fitzsimmons.
I've seen a wee bit of Mark this weekend.
Mark,
he's had a good weekend.
He's hitting the ball nice.
Jake Newlove, who made the final in Newcastle, he's still going.
Yeah, I played Jake at the first event, and I was impressed. That was my first match in the amateurs, and even coming off of winning the Open and then going to play the amateurs, it was a tough game. So I've kept an eye on Jake, see how he's getting on, because a lot of the faces are new to myself. So you find people that played really well against you, and you like to see how they're getting on again in other games. So no, I'm impressed with Jake. He goes about the table. He goes. He doesn't run. He's not too slow. He's just dead. I got a nice pace about him walking around the table. Yeah,
I played international pool with him last tournament, and nice lad, and lovely player.
And he plays the right shots. He's not negative. He tends to play the attacking style as well. Yeah, which is good to watch.
So in this situation, are you wanting to get rid of that? You're gonna want to get rid of that yellow at the top.
Yeah.
Quickly, but it's a problem to get on it to get back down to the bottom, isn't it? There's a problem here.
It's digging a hole here, I think.
Are these the sort of situations that you're saying digging a hole? At what point do you start thinking, I want to pull back and play maybe a safety shot, or are you still thinking I can make these always?
It's tough because the black doesn't go really apart from top left.
Because if he could get the white somewhere near the yellow on the bottom rail, he's still leaving the one to the top right, so you're still giving then Greg a chance.
Because that one at the top right, the yellow at the top, that only goes say into the top left hand corner, but your white's not going anywhere. Yeah. Because you're canning into the red.
We've just got the chat up. Gareth's Cabs says, Mark, great to hear your views, class guy on and off the table. I bet you wish you had a racket triangle though. as you break unreal, and them I noticed. Cheers, Gareth Aries.
I'm promoting these triangles again.
Right. And anybody on the chat if they want to ask any
let's
questions.
let's get some
Mark.
questions in and start grilling Mark. Make them tricky.
I'll make them nice.
Yeah, Roscoe says Mark Boyle versus Tom Cousins. That's one hell of a match. Yeah, you're probably not the first person to say that.
I think I might have said this to you before, but when you played Craig, I think first time round, we had an IPA tour event, and the arena, I wouldn't say the matches stopped, but there was a massive crowd of players crowding around the tiny laptop screen to tune in, because that was incredible viewing.
It was a good game, enjoyed the game. It was the table was nice. We played on Hainsworth Precision, which I love playing on because it's really fast and dead reactive with the white ball.
Yeah,
it's just a tricky shot. Just playing a containing safety, I think, off the side of it, right over in the corner.
Just overhit it a fraction, but he's okay.
He had a big target there to play for to keep him snookered. But against Craig, it was a good attacking game. I thought the table played too generous at times, which it was good to watch. I would say, because it was dead attacking, but sometimes it was just crazy. Some shots up the rails that you feel like you couldn't miss. Yeah. But no, hats off. He beat me fair and square. It was good entertainment. Beat me in a decider, but I was glad to get him back up in Glasgow. Falkirk, sorry.
Peter Heal says congratulations on becoming ambassador, Mark, and Andy Richardson is asking what tip do you use, Mark?
I use an Elkmaster because I went through a phase I was using the layered tips, and what I found out with the layered tips is see if you miss cue with them, you end up taking about half the tip off. So I stopped using them. It cost me 2 matches. One was in the World Amateur when I was playing snooker, and one was against Jimmy White in the World Championships. When I was 7 each with him, I played a screw back, a line for the table, and jumped to White, and I lost half my tip. So I went back to Elkmasters ever since, and I've got a couple of old boxes. I think they're about 20-year-old, so they're cracking. They're good hard tips, because I know nowadays some of them can be a hit and a miss. They
do an Elkmaster Pro now, don't they?
I've not had a shot with one of them yet, because I like my tips really quite hard.
These are the treated Elkmasters. They're a bit more expensive, but they are good tips.
That shot's gone wrong for Stephen. He needed that red to pull up.
Yeah, he needed it in front of the yellow.
It's giving Greg a good chance here.
But expect him to take these away, because he'll clear the free up the top, work his way down, and leave the one down the bottom left hand corner to come up for the one next to the black.
Yeah, another question from Ron Cribb. How often do you practice, Mark? Is it always with someone, or do you put hours in alone?
I think the best practice, it depends how you're feeling. If you feel like you're struggling a wee bit, the solo practice is the best, I would say, because you can always work on your technique, build up your confidence before you go into matches, and then if you get bored and you feel good, then you can start to play games. Arrange a few games and play first to 10s, first to 15s, gets your sharpness back.
When you're doing the solo practice, do you have routines, or do you just have, what sort of way do you do that?
Yeah, it was tough try to work out routines coming from snooker, because there's certain stuff you can do on a snooker table that's you can't do on a pool table. Yeah. And there's stuff on a pool table that's just too easy. So it's trying to find a balance where you can test your technique, and you can work on your cue ball control as well. So I've worked out a few kind of routines that I've passed on to the academy, and letting them, he was up. The minute he hit that there, he was straight up right away. He's feeling it now.
Saying Dazza 147 Blue Diamond Pro, not Elks. Well, I can assure you I've used an Elkmaster Pro, so they are Elkmaster Pros out there. They're a relatively new tip. And Adam Kirk is dying to ask Mark, is the break all luck or not?
Of course the break's luck. You know yourself, if you hit them well, you expect to pot one. But if you don't catch them right, you don't. Sometimes you end up potting them. But it is a lot. 100% luck.
I think there's a huge amount of luck in the break, but people it's not all luck, because some people break better than others.
Yeah, it's all about
You can't always have bad luck or always have good luck. You know, there's guys that hit the break better. You're giving yourself the better chance of getting a ball.
No, I understand that, Simon. It's just Stephen.
No.
Try to swerve that round with side. Thought they just played it with bottom right and come off the side cushion, back out in the middle of the table.
Yeah.
That's a big shot because he's got to get back for the black.
Yeah. That middle pocket, if he's trying to screw back, is going to be quite.
I should just play it off a knuckle. Easy shot.
So is there any truth in players where they try and make that wing ball into the middle pocket? Because some players do tend to get one travelling to that middle bag a lot of the time. Liam Dunster, I know, is quite.
I find with the side break. Oh, it's a great shot. Oh, it was okay. It's a big shot. Got to compose yourself. Good shot. Yeah, about the wing ball, when I play the side break, I tend to sometimes I see them going in the middles more. You know, I don't know. I've not assessed the break that much.
Yeah, I've not seen anyone that can consistently make or think they're making the same ball. That shot he made to win the frame after missing that was all the more impressive because of missing that one. That
black would have. Bad one then.
That's probably the third time Stephen's had a frame like that where he probably should have won, and he hasn't. And he's 6'3", 6'2" down instead of, that's a big difference.
I think it was just concentration there with Stephen. He was up before he hit it. He was just thinking, no, you can't miss it.
But that's a frame, even though...
There's the wing ball.
Yeah.
That's it,
even though that would have only been 5'3", so he still would have been behind. But because of the ball that Greg missed, that could have been really huge.
Because you always, I notice that myself, see if somebody makes a mistake, you try and get on top of them after that, because then it's always in their head.
Yeah.
Try and make it hard for them after that, and you tend to, if you win the next frame after that, you've kind of changed the match to suit yourself.
Yeah.
So hopefully get off the subject of tips, but we've got another question. Paul Coldrick says, hi Mark, have you tried Omin tips?
No, Paul, I haven't, no.
No.
A good French friend.
Yeah.
Is he a friend, is he?
Yeah,
Paul Coldrick,
Paul, he used to play the IPA. That's where I first met Paul.
Okay. I do recognise the name.
I think he won the seniors title.
Yeah, but I wouldn't play us with Paul.
Yeah.
Hits the ball really nice, soft and gentle. Flows right through the white. It's nice.
Yeah, I think he won the seniors title and the doubles title the first year the World Championships was held at the Lakeside.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
Mark, have you ever used earplugs?
Yeah, for my work all the time, every day. I've got 2 pairs in my car.
Yeah. Yeah, it seemed, well, I mean, just knowing a couple of players like Phil Harrison and, was it Carl, what's his name, Carl?
Tricky shot, yeah.
Who partially deaf?
Is that for the world drills?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I don't know anybody for world drills.
No, they were partially.
What are the world rules? I don't know.
No, just I just know of 3 partially deaf players that seem to, it's something like they must, because they've got no sound.
Yeah.
They're just totally zoned in on the table, and
must be definitely feel, because I know like when you're playing it, you're always listening for the way the balls sound. Yeah, that's definitely must be the way they hit the right feel. What a feel side.
I know a couple of local players that worn them in just money matches just to drown out the noise of people. But
I used to when I was practicing wear headphones and listen to music, but you end up dancing around the table.
Yeah, I've started doing that when I do any solo practice. I'll put the headphones on just to.
Yeah, Carl Morris, somebody's just corrected.
Oh, Stephen.
He was a previous world champion.
This is the situation now. He's got 4 reds. To Greg's 6. Yep.
Yeah.
So he's behind right away because it's going to be a fudgy frame now, because Stephen's got that red. He's not really got a shot here, and he's got a red tied up. So Greg's well favourite in this one now. I think Stephen tried to come through the gap so he could take that red back into the same corner and then come back and take the yellow below the black and go up and stun into the 2 balls together. And then if it was stuck, they had the one into the middle. then he could have took the red into the left corner and round for the black. But now it's plan B.
I've got two people
Black in
asking.
the top corner.
Sorry, we've got two people asking the same question. Mark, when is your match with Tom, and will it be streamed live? Have you?
I'm under the impression that it will be streamed live. It should be, to be fair. I prefer it to be streamed. I've heard rumours that it's not going to, but it better be. That's all I say.
Where are you playing it?
It's in Tom's club down in Norwich.
Right, okay.
I don't know the club, but as long as it's a table and the table's tabled off and there's a stream there so people can watch it back home, I'll play.
And that'll be Blackball, will it?
Blackball, yeah. I've only played World Rules once, and that was enough for me.
Yeah.
There's people hitting the right up the table and not even hitting cushions and balls, and I'm like scratching my head, what's going on here? It's a game you've got to know the rules to play, so I don't know the rules and I never play it, so and if everybody would be favourite against me, you know, so.
Yeah. It's a swear word in this commentary box, isn't it?
I don't have any issues with the rules. I've played two frames of them in my life, and I've no intention of playing any more, but people are happy playing in them, that's fine. I don't have an issue.
It's got to be one there, so he has, if that goes into the middle.
I think it does.
You can even play it off the yellow to hold the white.
Yeah.
So, a big bag. If he takes this one out, it's going to a decider.
That's a big call.
Phil Collins asking what's the next match on the stream. Have we got any confirmation of that? Or?
It's not Mark Boyle, that's for sure.
No.
I think
it's a tough shot. He's got to dig right into this. He's got to lift the queue.
I would guess it would be the winner of Mark Farnsworth and Neil Raybone versus Clint Hansen. Would be my guess, but I don't know.
Yeah, we haven't got anything confirmed on that for the next match on the stream, but it will be either Neil Rowe. Well, who've we got left now? We've got the winner of this plays
Ronan McCarthy,
and then the winner of Neil Raybone and Mark Farnsworth plays
Clint Hansen.
So it'll be one of those matches.
This is one of the shots when you hit through the right, you squeeze the life out of the queue and it just kills it. That's a great shot.
It was, yeah, tough shot.
You just kill the pace out of the right.
Did you say squeeze the?
Yeah, you squeeze the queue as soon as you hit the right.
Yeah, and what do you think now? Two cushions back up the table.
He's going to play at bottom, side, and come up, and you're using that yellow in the middle, right above the black. You're using that as a guide.
Yeah,
you're coming on the left-hand side of that because that gives you a big target. Because if you hit the yellow that side, you're on the red, and if you're anywhere to the left of that black, you're on the red. Yeah.
Yeah, you could come up short and still be on it. Oh, he's got all that. Oh dear.
It wasn't a natural angle, so it was, he had to manufacture that a wee bit, so it made it a lot harder. It's a tough shot even just to hit this.
Yeah, and even if he hits it, he's leaving a great chance.
Yeah.
So
it's a good shot.
Oh,
unlucky.
That was unlucky.
Are you one of the players in this situation that you'd just put that red safe?
I don't even look at the red.
You don't even look at it?
What's the point? It's sitting there doing nothing. It's not blocking any balls for going away. So
yeah, there was no real point in potting it either, because
some people can read into the red too much. But at the end of the day, your balls are the yellows. You worry about them. You don't worry about their balls.
But would you say the same even if there was a couple on the rails that you'd have to sort of queuing down the rails? Would you still?
Yeah, but if you're not confident putting them down the rails, then it's like you've got to think positive when you're playing, because if you start thinking negative, everything starts to look hard.
Yeah, you're dead right now.
You know, so if you can try and keep a positive frame of mind, I know it's hard because I've doubted myself a lot this weekend as well, but you've still got to play the right shots, be confident, and then your game will come.
Yeah.
If you start playing negative and thinking we'll tie the balls up and stuff like that, it can play in you, and it does it. Shots down the rail, you've got to be confident for them, because it opens the game a pool right up. If you can be confident and play them right and hit them with a bit of authority down the rails, it makes the game a lot easier. Because otherwise, if you've got a couple of balls in the rails, you're just saying to yourself, I can't go for the finish. when you should be going for the finish.
And also, it's like making your mind up before you get down on the shot, and you know, being positive and knowing what you're doing. More often than not, you'll make the shot if you're in two minds, and that's when you tend to miss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's easy to doubt yourself at this game. This game's confidence. Yeah. Am I a bit loud?
It gets quiet on a.
I've been told to keep quiet.
Yeah, commentating on a Sunday is tricky because there's less players here now, so the room gets quieter and quieter. So the players could probably hear everything we were saying for the last half a dozen frames.
I'm going to turn into Ted Lowe.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
That was a great shot.
I think if you keep your mouth very close to the microphone, and
it's because I had my headphones in as well.
You just don't know. Yeah.
You end up.
I've had sometimes the players will turn around and let you know about it, and
makes a change for somebody else, because normally I get criticised for having a loud voice. And I get dirty looks off the players as they're walking past.
When I was playing Jack the other day, it was they were laughing and bawling, so it was. It was tell me the joke.
Yeah.
It's a good shot.
Yeah.
I think if Stephen hasn't lost yet, we've seen a match being turned around from 7-2 already this week. But if he does go on to lose, as it's looking like he might, then he'll be very frustrated because he's had the chances in this match to be at least level or ahead, and he would have played. This would be the worst match he would have played all weekend.
Mark, Chris Adamu says hi, Mark.
Hi, Chris, my Cypriot friend.
Cypriot friend, yeah.
Yes.
Mark is the player's player, he says. Yeah.
He's a nice guy, Chris.
What cue do you use, Mark?
A John Paris exclusive. I got it when I was 16. Had it ever since.
Yeah. Quality.
Is that something you've obviously used it for your whole snooker career and now moved on to pool?
Yeah. The joints went on it, so it's a one-piece cue now.
Right. I've just bought one this weekend in Paris.
How long did you wait for that one?
No, it was second hand.
Oh, right, okay.
I can't afford a new one. My partner, Emily, she uses an £800 Paris, and I've got like a second hand £60 job from out of the second hand shop. So
see, at the end of the day, as long as you feel it, it feels good in your hand. That's the main thing.
Look at Andy Lucas yesterday.
He was using a cue out of the rack yesterday.
Rack a cue.
Stephen, he's let his head go down now.
Yeah.
So when you say the cue's now one piece, you mean that the joints are welded together?
Well, it was just stuck together. I tried to loosen it, and I couldn't loosen it, so I got a one-piece case. So
that'll do.
Just in case I'm not want to under-tighten it and then ruin the joint, so just left it together.
Dan Davey earlier in this year, first tournament of the year in Cardiff, he used a mini butt on his cue. When he went to take the mini butt off, the butt stayed in the bottom of the cue. He couldn't get it out, so he had a piece of metal sticking out the bottom of his cue, and he kept it like that for the next tour as well, which was about 2 months later.
Yeah, don't fix what's not broke, as they say.
Just got to take this one, then the one into the bottom left. Try and leave the one into the top right last, so we can just stun that, because the last red you always want to just leave that, so you're just really stunning the white in. You don't have to do much work with the white for the black.
I try to think which, if I could change the red to a white, which red would I want? Does that make sense? So it's just a stun shot.
Yeah, I get you here.
Yeah.
So basically that red top right is just a white now.
Yeah, well that would be nice. Yeah, let's just and then just knock the black in, move on to the next frame.
That's it.
Yeah, there's a question.
There you go. That's the right.
Yeah.
There's a question for you, Mark. Stephen Mitzi says, Mark, have you ever turned down a money match?
No.
No. Fearless.
as I say, it's just about, you want to play the best players out there, so you want to test yourself, you want to get a wee bit between your teeth so you can.
Well, that's the whole reason I came on this tour, because you know, you want to test yourself against the best.
Yeah.
My first match on the stream was against Gaz Potts, so
Yeah.
Nice,
it was like a dream come true for me, you know.
nice easy one for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
So this black for the match.
Yeah, and he ran out of comfortable winner there, and
Well,
takes himself into the semi-final against Clint Janssen.
cheers, Mark. Thank you for that.
Anytime.
I think everyone enjoyed having him in. That was
Much
great news.
appreciated, yeah.
more nervous doing the commentary.
Yeah.
Cheers, Mark. We'll
Right,
just have a quick
anytime.
look at the look at the stats there, and those 4 missed pots and an unforced error from Stephen, and a couple of dry breaks, and
The missus phone makes you pull that.
yeah, there's no. I don't think Greg had a breaking dish in that match, but still run out a comfortable winner. So onwards for Greg Batten, and we should get up and running with our next stream match sometime very shortly. So stay tuned. Thank you.
Roll the card from top table, please. Roll in top table.